capital region, and now, of course, it's time to say different things, like, for example, restaurants, places where we can go to eat, because normally at that time it's more than obvious that you are hungry, so it's time to go to eat something. For example, typical Belgian dishes, where we can find them. One of my favorite restaurants that is not so far from Central Station. You need to always use the Gare Centrale or Central Station, or just another building, which is the stock market, or just don't forget the City Hall, the Grand Place. All those restaurants and crows are really close to those spaces, like I said. So, one of my advices, Le Sirio. That restaurant is one of the most well-known restaurants that we have here in Brussels capital region, and it's worth it, seriously. The quality is so good. The prices there are not so expensive, from 20 euros till 30 euros, and over there you can buy, for example, the typical Belgian dishes, which are, for example, the beef stew and also the chicken stew. The beef stew, it's called la carbonade flamande in French, or the stovrij in Dutch, and it's just a beef stew cooked during 3 hours and a half in Belgian dark ale beer, so good. And also they add Belgian fries and salad all together. You have another one, which is the chicken stew. The chicken stew is the vol au vent. It's just normally the meat, the chicken meat. Also we have mushrooms, bechamel sauce, and meatballs, really small all together. They add the Belgian fries, don't forget that, and the salad. Really good to eat. If you want to eat, for example, the meatballs, the big meatballs, you definitely need to go to another restaurant, which is called Balekes. So good. Balekes, really big meatballs. The typical from Belgium are the Liège ones. Also, you have another restaurant that is in French. You need to translate it. The real name is Neuf et Voisin. But if you don't speak French, you can search it, you can Google it in English and then translate it. Nine and neighbors, and then translate it, do not forget, into French. Neuf et Voisin. Really good, that one. Also, another restaurant, End of the Century. You need to translate it, do not forget, from English into French, which is Fin de siècle. But for us in English, End of the Century. So good, that restaurant too. You can buy there, for example, rabbit with garlic sauce, La Panneau Cric, which is another name. Cric is just a cherry. It's a typical Belgian beer that we drink here, which is done, of course, which is crafted with cherry. It's sweetie, so good, so good, that beer. Also, you have, for example, talking about fish, another suggestion, another advice, another restaurant, which is just from my opinion, just in my opinion, one of the best ones that we have here in Brussels capital region, Le Marmiton. It's expensive, I can assure you that, but the quality is worth it. So good. Le Marmiton. Another restaurant talking about the fish, the lobster, so good. And also you have another one, which is the North Sea. So good, that restaurant. Mussels, and also do not forget salmon. Both of them, they are the typical Belgian fish dishes. Also, if you want to, for example, eat vegetarian options, you have another one, which is a Lebanese restaurant, one of my favorite ones and one of the most well-known restaurants that we have in the country, which is L'Express. So good, so good, that restaurant, L'Express. Also, you have another one, which is an Italian restaurant, Nonna, for example, for pizzas, if you want to go there, and Ricotta e Parmesano. So good, so good, that restaurant, the last one that I said. To eat, for example, desserts, you can go to eat, for example, Belgian waffles. We have two different waffles, one which is the squared one, and also the other one, which is the circular one. My advice is to buy the circular one instead of the squared one, because the squared one, well, it's okay, but just in my opinion, not as good as the other one. The squared one, you need to add different toppings, like for example, well, chocolate, also banana, cherries, the things that you want. So the flavors and the tastes are good, but well, that mix, it's a little bit strange. So in case that you want to eat a proper one, a really good one, definitely the circular one, the Liège waffle. It contains cinnamon and also it contains sugar, so it's so good. One of the places where you can grab those waffles, like I said, it's at the King of Waffles. Don't forget that you need to translate the names from English into French. Le Roi de la Gaufre, the King of Waffles, so good. And another one, Galette. to eat those waffles. Galette, so good. In case that you want to drink, for example, a beer, don't forget that today is a Thursday. Students, they will be around just drinking, hanging out, spending the night out, and so on. Delirium, it's one great option to go. Delirium, it had in the past, the year 2004, more than 2004 different beers. Nowadays we have only 1,000 beers, but it's not bad. In case that you want to go there, feel free to do it, but don't forget to pay attention around. Why? Because we have a lot of pickpocketers. So in case that you want to drink a beer, do it, but pay attention to just the area that you left all your things. Another suggestion to go, for example, is just too close to the center of the city. One of my advice is to go to Hall of Saint-Géry. One place to drink beers during Thursday's night are normally in that part. Madame Moustache, for example. Also you have another area, not so far from this point, which is Mapa Mundo. Mapa Mundo is really nice to go there. Also you have another place, in case that you want to go, which is Toone, T-O-O-N-E. Really nice. The old theater of puppets of the royal family, but nowadays it's just a pub where you can drink beer with Belgian people. Not with tourists, but just with Belgian people. The true original places. And that's all. Nothing more to share with you guys. It was a pleasure to be part of your journey, in my name and also in the name of Jawad. Nothing but love for you. We hope that you have enjoyed as much as we did. Also, in case that you want to write a feedback, in case that you want to write a comment, do not forget that you came this morning with us, with Roberto and also with Pablo, and don't forget the name of my partner, Jawad, the one in charge of the explanations in the city of Amsterdam. Straight on till the end of the avenue, you will find Central Station. We're going to try to drop you off as close as possible, but if we don't know how to return, I will spend just a couple of minutes explaining all the information to achieve the Hilton Hotel or just Central Station. In case that you have another travel tomorrow, maybe we will see each other, because I will be in charge of Bruges and Ghent, the same spots as this morning, Central Station. But remember, at 8:30 we are leaving, so my advice, 8:15 over there, and you can ask all the guides that they are going to explain how it's going to be their journey. So, if you return back home, I wish you the very best. Return home with a safe flight and with a really nice travel. And now I'm going to say the same things in Spanish, just to say goodbye to every single one of you. Chicos, terminamos aquí, no hay mucho más que decir. Ahora ya sabéis que toda esta avenida recto llegaríais al Hotel Hilton o llegaríais a Estación Central, que es justo allí donde terminaremos. De hecho, le voy a preguntar a Roberto dónde pararemos. Mejor en el otro lado, un poquito más cerca. Bueno, si hay hueco, lo intentamos y así os dejamos lo más cerquita posible. Y ya sabéis, si mañana tenéis alguna excursión o si tenéis alguna cosita, revisar siempre bien lo que son los datos, ¿vale? Porque ya sabéis que en este caso